Hello and welcome to JLJ this morning. I'm James. Where's the camera? Where's the camera? I'm James Lott Jr. It's how it is some mornings, right? I come to you in the mornings, just me. Yeah, I come to you live, how it is. And sometimes it's a little disorienting, but I'm here. The lighting's crazy because it's so bright and so hot already in LA. I keep my house cool, and then I have this light here, which kind of washes me out a little bit. So I'm just like, you're going to get me like this natural light that I have coming in. We're going to go from there. But good morning. JLJ this morning is on Facebook and Twitter. We are here. I'm saying good morning in the chat room when it comes through. Some folks come through the chat room, some don't. Thanks to all you guys who watch later. I appreciate it. And the comments, I appreciate that. I love the engagement. I'm trying, I don't look at myself. Okay, what's going on here? There we go. There we go. Good morning. Hello, Films 55555555555. So Father's Day is coming up. So all you fathers out there, I'm doing a little better today. Still mourning the loss of my stepdad. We're still getting over that. I'm just feeling a little. I took the day yesterday to kind of handle all that. The initial emotions. So today I have a client later, and I have a presentation for us, my organizing association, who wants me to talk about when you get speaking fees, how to get that, what does that mean, what do you do? And so ironically, I'm kind of talking this a little bit today with you guys, but I'm kind of I'm trying to keep myself a little busy because I'll just be in my bed crying all day, and that's just not going to really help anything. But opportunities. I know for me, I'm in this unique position where I am talent. I'm also press. I do both. I have projects that I create and produce and star in and whatever. Then I'm also press, who's there to help people promote their projects. I do both. So this topic is very near and dear to me. Because I know it's like to be on both sides of it. I'll tell you a little story. So I usually say yes to just about anything in terms of exposure. If someone says, "You want to be on my show, you want to be on my podcast, you want to be written up," I just say yes. Now I do some research and see who these people are, make sure they're fine, that they're decent or whatever. But I usually say yes. Now I always have stuff coming out on some level, but there's times when I don't have something coming out immediately that week or that month even. Well, I usually have something that month, but that week. But I still say yes because it's more eyes on me. Because everybody in the world does not know me. I should think I'm famous. I'm not that famous. And there are a lot of folks who don't know who I am or know my product. So any chance I can get to get in front of somebody, talk about me, why not? I always think about Martin Short, the comedian Martin Short. Good morning, Geneva, Miss Holland. Martin Short, I just saw an interview with him. He does a lot of talk shows, makes a talk show circuit. He's like a fan favorite because that's what he does. Martin Short hasn't anything new in years. Like he has a few things here and there. He has stuff out there, and he's doing stuff. But like when they ask him to come on the show, he may not even have anything to promote. But you'll never forget his segment when he's off. Whether it's 5 minutes, 10-minute segment, whatever, 7-minute segment, 13-minute segment, whatever it is, he makes the most of that segment. You just don't, you're laughing or you're listening, or he said that's his job. He has the things that he has in his arsenal to pull out if he needs to, just to kind of react to the host or the co-guest or whoever. But that was fascinating because it just keeps him in the public eye. That's smart, because somebody may go, I don't know who Martin Short is. I mean, it could be generational, but now they do. Or someone goes, oh, he's still around. Okay, let me see what's going on with him. You may follow him on Instagram, or you may follow him on Twitter, or if he's on social media. You may go to his website. You may check out his next film. It's almost like this kind of preemptive kind of strike of like, I'm still here. Just continue to check me out. And when something new comes, well, I mean, I'll be able to promote that too, of course, but you'll know who I am. So I get people when I'm trying to book them on a show. Usually I'll explain because I have a whole bunch of shows here on JLJ Media. We're 35 shows. They're all different. I usually explain when I pitch something to somebody, I like you on the show for this reason. And I've been doing a lot of panel shows that are just to showcase people who are being creative. Number one, that's always number one. But number two, to have just healthy discussions about what it's like out there for yourself, your community, your art. Just about everyone says, oh, yes, yeah, James, sure, I'll do it. Because it's in general. So whether you have something coming out tomorrow or next week or next month or whatever, it's in general. We're going to talk about you and showcase you. If you have a website or a YouTube channel, let's get that out there, because any new eyes is new eyes, fresh eyes is fresh eyes. So it always kills me when someone turns it down. Not for like they turn down because of me, or they turn down because, well, the thing I'm working on is not done yet, or I don't have anything new to come out. Hi, Kirsten Marie. I don't have anything new that's out right now. I don't have anything current. I have nothing to talk about. And I'm like, but I explained to you what we're going to talk about. And like, trust me, and a lot of times I may know many of these people. I may know them. Some I don't know. So they don't know me. But trust me, I will guide you through. Now, I say this minus the folks who are a little shy and who aren't as personable talking about general stuff. There's some folks who literally they have a project, they can sell it. That's the extent of them. They're just very private or very shy. They don't talk about much. That I understand. There's folks like that that are out there. Like that. But my thing is, if I tell you it's a certain thing, and you still say no, I'm like, so are you taking full advantage of your opportunity? There's another guy last year. He's an actor. I won't say his name. I'm not gonna be shady this morning, not any names. But he was like, I don't like Zoom. I should say his agent told me that. I don't like Zoom. Well, nobody does. But last year we're on a lockdown pandemic. I don't know how else we're gonna do it. There's no studios open. The soaps are even open. Like, how are you going? I mean, I was kind of at lost words. And literally, it was a series of emails that went back and forth for like a couple of weeks after, and I just stopped responding. They were all, well, maybe we'll record our audio, and then we'll get a camera and we'll record it. And you sync up the audio. I'm like, what are you talking about? It was just these elaborate ways for basically a half-hour interview, maybe 40 minutes. I mean, I don't even know it'll be that long interview. It's like it's a segment. I mean, why are we going through all this rigmarole about all this, how we're going to do this, and maybe do this way, or maybe we sit, because back then there was no 6 feet apart. It was not that at all. Trust me, I'd love to be in the studio. I'd love to be sitting across from you. There was no traveling. In LA, there was no traveling. I was not doing anything. So it's kind of like, so just because you don't like to sit in front of a camera, even though it's interactive and you're seeing me and the fans are going to be like, it's a live show to fans. You're not going to do it. So we never did. It would have been a nice get for me. Admittedly, for me, it would have been a nice get for me for the show I was going to do. But it wasn't worth it to me to try to, there was just no way we were going to do it. So that person, who I had a direct line to his fans, I was one of the direct streams to his fans, now lost out. And with some actors, especially on soaps, they have other projects and other things they do outside of it. You could have got a new fan, we'll check out your new song, or your other movie you have coming out. I mean, like that's kind of, it's like there's having eyes on you is a good thing. To me, that's not taking advantage of your opportunity. There are people like Joan Rivers. I forgot somebody else. I think somebody else. There are professional. They go on shows and they were just hilarious, and kept you entertained for as long as they're on. They just knew it. Just know how to talk. They know how to talk. And everybody has that. But a lot of folks, they still make the rounds whether they have something new or not. I also kind of say this too. Sometimes smaller outlets, say it that way, may approach you. I say yes to those too. because you never know. Also, I mean, you should be helping out people who are trying to get started. I was there once, so of course I remember that. But also, you never know which one's going to blow up. That one you turn down, people have long memories. Yes, they do, long memories. And they remember the ones you turn them down. And you never know when that person you turn down because you think they're too small, don't have enough viewership. Suddenly they're on network TV with their own show, or they're in a position to hire you for something. It's always like, just be kind to folks. Of course, weigh it out, look and see if their thing is worth it. In terms of, are they legitimate? I mean, are they will they turn your words around? Are they mean? Is it gonna be fun? Yeah, you should always do your due diligence when anybody comes to you and says, "Don't you do my show?" For me, I always have past shows. I can give them references like, well, these people will tell you exactly how I am as an interviewer. So I mean, you should always do that. But sometimes you can get a great interview from someone who's not huge or A-list. I've seen some great interviews with people who are not like these huge name brands. And a lot of times you can take what those interviews are and then use them to your advantage and cut and paste them and make them into some great things that could work towards your career. That's something I always think you just never know. So sometimes the best sound bites come out of something. You don't know when the best sound bites will come out of anything. You can go on a big show and nothing. So I think, size of show, size of audience. For me, I blanket everything. I try. I've only turned down maybe a couple shows in my career. It just either the person was creepy or just kind of like didn't feel right. But for the most of the time I go, okay. I just say yes. What do you want me to talk about? I kind of be like Martin Short. Just bring me on, and that's what do you want me to talk about. Luckily, I have a lot of different interests, a lot of things that go on, so I can talk about anything. And that's kind of like, I mean, but even if I had one field, it was just organizing. There are many things I can talk about organizing. So I can bend my conversation to whatever. I always say all the time, just tell me what you want. Let me give it to you. And maybe that's the performer in me, because I'm also, like I said, I'm press, but I'm also talent. So maybe because I'm a performer naturally, I'm like, what do you need? I'll give it to you. Just let me know. I'll just give it to you. But I just feel like you should never turn something down when it could be beneficial, especially if you know the person, know the show, know the people, because of arbitrary reasons like, I don't have this thing isn't ready. I'm like, you should always be ready. You should always be out there. You should always just be like, yes, I'm going to do it. Yes, let's do this. And and I hate to say this as a person of color, whatever chances we can get, we need to do it. I feel like we need to, especially if it's a positive thing. I would do these panels of Latino, Black, older, younger. I've been just doing these panels of people talking about their lives in the business and in their businesses, and they've done really well. The viewership is great. People love it, and I think people need to know, how it really is out there. But also, some of them have gotten job offers and pitches for things from the exposure. So again, you don't know who's watching. All you need is always one pair of eyes to watch you, and you're good. So I think you should always say yes. Geneva asked me, James, in your media empire, are you good at delegating authority, or do you have to do everything yourself? It's a mixture of both. I'm new, so I'm not rich. I'm new. I don't have tons of money, so I have to do most things myself. But no, I can delegate. I used to be store managers. I used to be managers. I used to be directors. I know how to delegate. I have no ego with that. I'm like, my whole philosophy is surround yourself with people who are really good or better than you. They make you look good. When it comes to a lot of graphics design, I have a team of people that I go to for that. So it's not me. I don't do that. So I have a team of people who do that. And they're good. I tell them what I want, kind of. They put it together, and I usually go, sure. I have producers for my music and some other stuff. I give them the lyrics. I give them what's going on. I give them the tone. They figure it out. They're good. I think what else did I give out to people? I do that. That's a good question. But most of the time I do myself because it's me. I'm a one man machine, so most of it's me. But when I need to give, I have co-writers. I had a co-director on one of my shows, and I was like, please take over, tell what you want. And he did. I have co-writers. I have a book coming out with, I have 2 books coming out with 2 different co-writers where they come up with the outline, or we come up with the outline together, and they write most of it, and then I add my pieces in there. So that's kind of what I decided to do with them, and I oversee. I mean, I'm the final line, but I'll say, go ahead and write this, or I tell somebody, write me a series. I remember I have a writer in my staff who I said, write a series. And he did 6 episodes. He wrote it. I mean, so I can delegate. I have no problem with that whatsoever. When I used to do my in-person stuff, which might start again, I always had assistants. I had an assistant with me who would help me set things up and give me suggestions on where to put things and would scout stuff out for me. Oh yeah, I used to have an assistant. I used to love having an assistant. I love it. But right now it's mostly me. But I do have a team of people who help me with certain things. So I have no problem saying, here you go. I have an album cover being put together right now. Already, my graphic person is working on it. She tells me what she needs. I send it to her. I approve or disapprove when the product comes out. So I don't know, but it's mostly me right now because I'm still. It's only been a year, so I've been doing this in terms of this part of things. But yeah, and I have other collaborators. I have a lot of collaborators, and so lots of people say, okay, well, you tell me, what do you think? What do you think we should do? We talk about stuff. So I love collaboration. And even when I do my shows, the audio dramas, a lot of times sometimes I remember one other drama we had to rewrite while we were recording it, and the whole cast got together and we rewrote it together. We came up with ideas together. That's a funny joke. That's way better. I wrote it up, put it out, and we recorded it. And it was one of my favorite shows. So I'm all about collaboration, but a good delegator is very important because you can't do everything. No man's an island. You just can't do everything yourself. But I do mostly everything myself. That's why I took time off, because I'm tired. People are tired. But again, that's and that's a great question. That falls under seizing all the opportunities that are in front of you. I had to write. I mean, literally, I had to write up. I got asked to speak today. That's called "What You Need to Know to Get Paid for Speaking About What You Know." I had to type up an outline. It was like just 2 days. I knew what I was going to talk about. I typed it up, and it's ready to go. Just like that. I mean, so it's just one of those things. You kind of have to just go, okay, this is what's going on. I got to do it, and I'll show up today. I'm gonna make sure I shave and look nice. I'm gonna show up today at 4:00, and get on there and start talking. Follow whatever lead they tell me. So that's So it's kind of. I just feel I want everyone who is trying to build their business or build their empire or build their talent or I want them to have the most exposure they can. I want them to have, especially if I really believe in them and I feel like they're really talented and I'm just behind them in their corner, I want them to have every opportunity to be in front of as many people as they can. Because that's really important. It's just you have to get in front of people in this business, especially anything, sales, anything. I mean, you have to be in front of people. That's the deal. You gotta be in front of people, or else you just don't get ahead. And people wonder why they don't get ahead. They don't wonder why they're stuck in their spot. They wonder why nothing's happening for them. It's like you have to get in front of people. You have to put yourself out there in a way that people go, oh, that's so and so. Okay, got it. I see you. Okay, you have to do that. It's just imperative. And I feel like whenever you cut off any opportunity, that's not even that hard. It was just you showing up and talking about your life, talking about what you create. To me, how hard is that? How's that not? I mean, how hard is that? That's fun. It's about you. They're like talking about themselves. I talk about myself, sure. But then I don't chase people. I don't badger folks. I don't, force people to do anything. It's like it's your business. This is your career, your business, whatever. You have your own path. I'm not here to tell you anything. I have my path. You have yours. I'm not here to run your career. I have my own career to run, and others that I'm helping out run, and so it's up to you. You know, I know sometimes my visions don't always come true. They just don't. So you go, okay, didn't come true. Well, that's fine. I just readjust the vision, and it's still gonna be good. You know, that kind of thing. You have to kind of roll, like say, roll with the punches. That's you do sometimes, and this business especially. You know, I have a show ending tomorrow, Claws the series. I made that decision. It's a tough decision. It was something that I wrote a book actually on it, which will be coming out on Monday. You can actually read about my decision and how I came to it on Amazon. You know me, putting me plug. But the actual series ends tomorrow. The last episode's good. The last episode is good, and that ending scene is really good. And I think it's funny because it led me in a direction that I want to go in. I tried some new stuff to challenge myself as a writer with these last couple episodes of Claws series, and I'm very proud of it. And I now know I can do it, and I'm going that direction, writing more complex stuff. Thank you, Kirsten Marie. Thank you. More complex stuff, and so that show was not complete loss. It's for me. I'm proud of the show. It was great. I had a great cast. That was just phenomenal, led by Dave Moxley, who played Santa. But you know, people make decisions that had made me have to make decisions. And I went, okay, I'm going to end the show. Now, I could have tried to continue the show, and I went back and forth. Like, trust me, it was a big decision. I've decided some of those characters will be spun off into other things. So that'll be coming up. They won't see the last of all of them. And maybe one day we'll have a reunion or a new episode. You never know. You just never know how the world works. We're seeing that now on TV, all these reboots, and you just never know. Claw series may not be dead. Claw series came out of me doing my late night show, Talk a Lot with James Lott Jr. on Instagram, which I did last year, and fans suggesting something. And out of those suggestions, this show was born. And I actually found people to play these characters, and the concept was great. I mean, some great actors, William Corey and Robert Wraith and Ashley Stewart. They brought it. And I brought in people. I had some recasts I had to bring in, like Kalia Davis and Quinn Van Antwerp and Jack Farmer. I mean, it just worked. It worked. So exciting, so happy. It just makes me happy. And that's what opportunity. These actors took opportunity. They said, let's try it. And I know many of them are happy. We're trying to get back to filming again. I know Forever Day is going to be, I think, starts filming today, I believe. My other shows, where I'm starting to start gearing up for that. I haven't set any dates yet. Hopefully, maybe next week. I'm going to start bringing those up and work on those. So this is good. We're getting there. It's just going to be, I have the Really Short Story Project podcast. I have Manchester Avenue and Fairview Heights both are going to come back. They both had their first episodes. They'll be back. I had to do a major casting before I continue on the shows. And it worked. I got the person to play this role, and I'm excited about those shows. And taking the time off, taking these 3 weeks off was great because it wasn't a full time off, but it was close enough for me. I needed to recharge and rethink, and I have a new attitude about some stuff that I'm going to implement this year. I think it's going to work out, hopefully, for me and others. And I'm very excited. You got to take that time off. It's very important to get time off and regroup, because you want to take all the opportunities. I want to grab all of them. And because I got on Jimmy Kimmel, I got on Let's Make a Deal. I got some good write-ups. I got on some magazine. I mean, it's put yourself out there. Don't say no unless it's really bad. I'm James Lott Jr. I want you guys to have a good day today, and whatever your opportunities are for today that are good, take them.